Hello, and welcome to a guide on effective workplace communication, part 1. My name is Keegan Anderson, and I'll be your host throughout this two-part series. Today, we're going to be talking about when one first starts out in a job. Now, whether you're entering the workplace for the first time, or are just simply starting a new job after ending one at a previous company, it can be a little terrifying. There are new people to meet, new expectations, new chances to make a first impression. And all of these create what communication theorists call a high level of uncertainty. And one of the goals of communication is to lower that uncertainty by demonstrating your value, meeting new people, and showing your overall worth to the company. James McCroskey, organizational psychologist at West Virginia University, has created a list of 10 actions that he says makes you a DOA, or dead on arrival employee. Now, most of these actions are common sense to avoid, but sometimes when you try to demonstrate your worth or show that you really do belong in a company, they tend to slip out. So the only way to avoid them is to know what they actually are. So today what my friend Nico and I will be doing is outlining these 10 specific actions in short scenes. After each scene, we'll break it down. I'll talk about exactly what the action was and how we could have avoided it or made the situation better than it was. So without further ado, let's get Nico in here and start up some of these scenes. Nico's been with us for a few months now, and although he's doing all right, he still hasn't necessarily understood the idea that he has to earn his place in this company. Hey Nico, what's up?
Well, I can't believe that Mr. Stevens won't let me work on the Johnson project. He never gives me a chance to grow in the company.
You see, the Johnson project is one of our biggest projects throughout the year. And Nico's only been with us for a month, so the 3 spots on the project were given to more senior members on the staff. They have more experience, and Mr. Stevens trusts them more. But I think Nico needs to understand that. Nico, it's nothing against you, it's just that I think Mr. Stevens trusts the other 3. You haven't been with us for that long, and you need to fight to earn your stay. Now let's take a look at that scene again and see a different way that Nico could have expressed his ideas. Hey Nico, what's up?
Hey, well, I'm a little bummed because Mr. Stevens wouldn't let me work on the Johnson project. Yeah, I understand why though. He chose 3 people who had more experience in the company.
Yeah. When DOAs don't know exactly how to complete a task, they often will not ask an older employee how to do so. They'll say things like, anyone can do that, or of course I've done that before, even in reality when they haven't. They should ask, because then they'll know how to do it, and they won't risk harming the company with their inability. Hey Nico, can you create some graphs of our financial gains this quarter for tonight's business meeting?
Of course, anyone can do that.
In actuality, Nico doesn't know how to do that, and will probably botch the project and leave the meeting looking like a total fool. This only hurts him and the company in the long run. If this were a different scenario, he could have said something like this. Hey Nico, can you create those financial growth graphs of the quarter for tonight's business meeting?
No, but I know some people that can do that.
Good. You get that help and you get those to me.
Of course.
DOA employees will often point out how things were at their old job, how more efficient they were, or the better ways they used to do things. Sometimes current employees get irritated with that, and some will even go as far to say as that they should go back to their previous jobs. There are easier ways to do this by mildly suggesting better ways to the management, instead of blatantly pointing it out like a jerk.
You're still using TPAs? At my job, we got rid of that years ago. We use digital stuff now. Huh. I didn't know we used to keep using TPAs. Back at my old job, it was more efficient to move to digital way.
Oh.
Talk to Mr. Stevens about that so we can be more efficient.
Yeah. Nico's been with us for a few months now, but he's still a relatively new employee. And one thing that DOAs often do are request rewards from the system before they have paid their dues. Rewards such as better accounts or time off are often in these categories. Hey Nico, how's it going?
Well, we found out that Stacey and I, my coworker, both of our daughters are in the same dance recital.
No way.
The sad thing is, Stacy asked for a day off as well as I did so we
Yeah.
could watch her daughters dance. Well, I'm here stuck working, and she is at the recital watching both her daughter and my daughter dance. Yeah.
This does seem a little unfair. He should be able to watch his daughter dance as well as Stacy can, but Stacy's been at this company for years and is a trusted employee. She's built up her reputation and definitely deserves some time off. Nico will just have to wait a while until he gets those rewards. And if you weren't a DOA employee, he'd have to understand that. DOAs will often criticize office norms. This could be anything from the dress code to rituals or other things practiced within the office. Now, by doing so, they alienate themselves from their coworkers. Hey Nico, what's up?
Hey, well, I really hate the dress code. You see this vest?
Yeah, we're all supposed to be wearing them.
No, I think it's stupid.
What?
It's stupid. You know, I never wore this at the job beforehand. We never use it. It looks tacky. It's constraining on my body. It's stupid.
You need to calm down.
No! There's three things. One, we never use them. No place else uses vests except for us.
That sets us apart from the competition.
No. Competition's doing better than us because they don't wear vests.
As we saw in the scene before, DOAs often like to argue over insignificant things. This brings them attention. And, that's what they want. But this is the wrong type of attention. This attention also alienates themselves from the workplace. DOAs often like to be in the know by poking their nose into other people's business. They enjoy gossip and think that by knowing other people's gossip that they're more in the know and connected with people. However, when you're the one gossiping, people tend not to trust you. Hey, Nico.
Hey, you know what I heard last night?
No, I don't.
Stacy, you know why she got the day off? Because she did a little bribe with Mr. Stevens.
She bribed?
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
I don't think that's professional.
And not the money bribe either.
Whoa.
You know heard about Tim though? You know heard about Tim?
No.
He comes drunk every morning to work.
I don't think that's...
Yeah.
I think these are just rumors.
I see him at the bar every time I go to work. Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say, Nico. I'm just gonna go.
No, you don't even want to know. I got some dirt on you too. Yeah.
DOAs will often try to push themselves ahead by stepping on the toes of the more senior employees in the office. But in actuality, they do the exact opposite, since the senior members have been there longer than they have and will more likely have more friends that will turn against the DOA employee. They think they're getting ahead by stepping on their toes, but in actuality, they're falling farther and farther behind.
So, Stacy hasn't been living up to her expectations for the Johnson project.
DOAs will often point out how unproductive a senior employee is to do so.
I think we should reevaluate position on this project and have Mr. Stevens give me position.
But Nico, Stacy's been here a lot longer than you. And she and I are actually pretty close friends. I don't think that I'm the person you want to be telling this to.
Yeah, well, she's slacking, and we need a new person in this project that can actually get the work done and be more efficient.
As you've seen throughout the series of videos, Nico has been bad-mouthing our boss, Mr. Stevens, quite a bit. Well, this is usually restrained from the office environment and reserved for things like social gatherings and parties. DOAs don't care. They'll talk about him in the office, at the bar, or wherever they happen to be if there are employees around. They think by bad-mouthing their boss, they're gaining power and respect by degrading the one that's in charge of them and by cracking jokes in front of their fellow employees. In actuality, this demeans their power and makes them less marketable. He may tell me and I may tell someone else. And eventually, that word's going to reach Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens won't appreciate it, and no one wants to hire someone who's bad-mouthing them. Everyone who's ever worked in an office knows what the chain of command is. It's you on the bottom, followed by your higher-ups and their higher-ups, and so on. They know to bring a problem to their immediate higher-up, who, if they can solve it, they will. If not, they'll bring it to the one above them. Now, DOAs love to bypass the chain of command, and instead of going to their higher-up, they go to their higher-up's higher-up. The problem with this is that it generally crashes down on them, and they feel the full wrath instead of getting what they want accomplished. Hey, Nico.
Hey. So I've been evaluating Mr. Stevens.
Our immediate boss?
Yeah. I've been talking to the regional manager on the incompetence of Mr. Stevens.
Incompetence?
Yeah. He's doing a horrible job. He didn't give me the position on the Johnson project. He gave Stacy the day off. And he's just not doing an efficient way on the project. I could have done a better job if it was me.
So, wait, you're telling me that you talked to the regional manager about
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Aren't you afraid he's going to find out or something? Hopefully this video has been somewhat informative for you. And that by avoiding the use of these 10 common communication mistakes in the office, you too can avoid being a DOA employee. And remember, when first starting off, you catch more flies with honey than you do by being a jerk. Thank you, and I hope to see you in part 2 of this video.